What's up guys, also Boston here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're here in Pilot Training Flight Simulator and we'll be doing a landing competition at the brand new airfield over there by Izulurani. And let's start with the 737. We usually always start with the Boeing 737. So this is the first plane for this landing competition. Let's get straight in. This is probably going to be hard because as you can see those white lights over there where my cursor is, that's the runway. So it's just going to be like literally like 2 seconds over to another airport. So that's going to be hard. You can't go too fast, but you can't stall either. So this is not going to be as easy as a short runway. Okay, so we're about to take off with the 737 from Izulurani for the first plane. Alright, so we just took off with the Boeing 737. Let's try to land at Al Najaf airfield. This is probably going to be successful. This runway is pretty long compared to the other runways that I've tried. So this probably won't be an issue runway length wise. So yeah, this is probably going to be a success. I could already tell.
40, 30, 20,
Yeah,
retard.
Alright, number one, I stalled onto the runway. Number two, that approach was bad. I missed the runway too much towards the left, but we did stop. We did not use even half of the runway. Oh yeah, we didn't even we just barely used half of the runway to land the 737. I know the approach was terrible. Like I said, it's a very short approach, so that was gonna be hard. But as I said, also the runway length will not be an issue, as you could see. So let's move on to another plane. I'm probably gonna skip the 757 and well, we never used the A350. I feel like I'm always using Boeing planes. So let's try with the A350. It's like in between the 767 and the 777. It's kind of medium, but it's still long haul. But let's try with the A350. Alright, this we might use almost the whole runway. But again, the approach is going to be an issue because it's really hard to do an approach like that when you're coming from an airport like this. It's not like from Perth to Lukla that you have time to go around, or from like Perth to St. Barthélemy or stuff like that you have a lot of time to get the perfect approach. Here, it's just like the shortest hop from island to island, and that's what makes it that's what makes it hard. So hopefully this is a success with the A350. I'm probably saying it will be, but we'll see about that. Alright, here we go with the Airbus A350 for the second plane. Alright, this approach is probably looking better. I'm not gonna go too fast, which I'm not. I'm only going about 80, which stall for this is, yeah, like 89. Did not expect the stall speed to be that high. But we are coming in pretty fast. But this approach was definitely way better than the last approach.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
Alright, wow, that was another stall. But we did touch the runway at the touchdown zone. And clearly I forgot to put my hands on the brakes like in real life. I forgot to put my hands on the brakes, so yeah. We almost overran the runway, but we still have this just enough space to back taxi if we needed to. Airbus A350, success. Alright, we never used the Boeing 747, but the stopping capabilities of this are pretty good. So that means we won't have an issue with the runway, but the approach might be an issue for a humongous plane like this. But let's try it anyways. To make the approach better, I'm just gonna take off like in the desert. I'm not gonna use the runway like I did for all the planes, and realistically you would have to use the runway. But I'm just gonna take off out of nowhere so it could help us with the approach since this is a really big plane. Alright, I didn't even barely even took off. I just had to fly over this ocean. Basically to get in the approach, and the map just despawned. That's not good at all. Alright, it respawned. That always happens. Well, we're 50 altitude about to stall. I do not want to stall. Wow. I missed not the runway, but I missed the island by just the smallest hair. Oof, that was not good. But since I know I could do it, I'm gonna try that again with a 747. Yeah, I know it's possible, so I'm gonna try it again with a Boeing 747. I hit Qantas. Not very realistic because they retired their 747s like recently. But anyways, let's take off and attempt number 2 at a Boeing 747 to land. Alright, after this for the finale, if you watch the last landing competition, the one before that, all the landing competitions that I've done, we always have to end off strong with the Airbus A380, so we're gonna go ahead and try that next. If you did watch the one that I tried to land at HMS Queen Elizabeth, I drove the A380 off the carrier. That was the worst thing. And same thing again happened right now. I literally drove off the island with my 747. Not so good, but yeah. So if I could not do it with the 747, I'm probably not going to do it with an A380. But it's worth a shot, or a shot or two. But let's go ahead and spawn a Airbus A380 and try. Alright, so if we just rotated with this A380, I'm not going to go too high, like maybe 50 altitude or 70 might do it. We have to start lowering our speed, and we are coming in for the approach not too badly. I'm gonna try to act like I'm gonna hit the islands, but then I'm gonna make a sharp right turn. It might help a lot than rather aiming towards the runway and not towards the ramp. That's what I'm doing. And yeah, my trick hopefully did work. We are aligned with the runway. And no stall, please.
20,
Yes. Okay, that was no stall. We touched down. I'm going full out on the brakes. Alright, that won't be necessary anymore. And wow, we literally stopped and we did not use the whole runway. We used less runway than the A350. So now you know, Emirates, you could fly your A380s to this airport if it's even real. But anyway, guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope you did enjoy yet another landing competition at a brand new airport here in pilot training. Hopefully they put new airports. That means more landing competitions. But if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. And other than that, it's been the Ultra Boxing, and I'm out. Peace.